This is our question asked in today's SkillTrack Daily Challenge. So let us see our sample test cases. We are given two lines of input. The first line contains the value of n and the value of t. And the next line contains the value of n integers as input. So our expected output for this particular input is 3. So let us see how we are getting the value 3 as our output. We are asked in the question to find the maximum number of ice creams that can be bought. To do that, whenever we buy ice creams with less cost, we can buy maximum number of ice creams. So first we are sorting the array in ascending order, and then we are going to count the ice creams that can be bought. So for the first test case, the value of n is 5 and the value of t is 29, and these are the value of n ice creams. So first our task is to sort this array. So after sorting, this is how our array would be looking like. Initially, the boy has 29 rupees left with him. If he buys the first ice cream, he will be having 29 minus 4, 25 rupees left with him. And he has bought the ice cream, so we are incrementing the value of count. And now, if he buys the second ice cream, he will be having 25 minus 5, 20 rupees left with him. And he has bought the second ice cream, so we are incrementing the count. Now if he buys the third ice cream, he would be having 20 minus 10, 10 rupees left with him and 3 ice creams bought. Now the cost of the fourth ice cream is 12 rupees, but the boy has only 10 left with him. So he cannot buy this fourth ice cream, and also he cannot buy any of the ice creams beyond that, because every ice creams after the fourth would be costlier than that. So we are just going to stop counting and print the maximum number of ice creams that he can buy, that is 3. So this is why we are getting our output 3. Now let us see our sample test case 2. Here the value of n is 6 and the amount he has initially is 60. And these are the prices of n ice creams. So now after sorting, this is how our array would be looking like. Initially the boy has 60 rupees. After buying the first ice cream, he would be having 60 minus 3, 57 rupees left with him. So we are incrementing the count by 1. And now the second ice cream costs 4 rupees and he has 57 rupees. So 57 minus 4 would be 53 rupees. So now he has bought 2 ice creams. Now the third one is 6 rupees. So he would be having 47 rupees left with him now. And we are incrementing the value of count. Now the cost of fourth ice cream is 9 rupees. So 47 minus 9 would be 38 rupees. And we are incrementing the count again. Now the cost of fifth ice cream is 10 rupees. So 38 minus 10 would be 28. And he has bought 5 ice creams. And now the cost of sixth ice cream is 15 rupees. So 28 minus 15 would be 30. After buying all the ice creams, the boy has still 13 rupees left with him. But our question is only to print the maximum number of ice creams that he can buy. So the value is 6. Let us see how to implement a Java program for this. In the first line, I am creating an object for the scanner class named SC. And in the next line, I am accepting the values of n and t as input. And after accepting the values of n and t, I am creating an array named ARR, which is of size n. And after creating the array, I am accepting the values of n integers using a for loop. After accepting the values of n integers in the array, I am going to sort that array. To sort the array, I am going to use a predefined method available in Java, that is arrays.sort. So now our array ARR would be sorted. And then I am declaring an integer variable c and setting its value initially to 0. Now we are going to count the number of ice creams that the boy can buy. To do that, we are going to travel through this sorted array. And in every iteration, we are going to check whether the value of t is greater than or equal to the ARR of I. And if this condition is satisfied, we are going to update the value of t by subtracting it from the ARR of I. And we are also going to increment the value of c whenever this condition is satisfied. And whenever this condition is failed, we can break out of our loop, because the boy can't buy any of the ice creams beyond that. So we are just going to break out of the loop and finally print the value of C, which is the maximum number of ice creams that the boy can buy. So this is the logic behind today's daily challenge. Now let us give our sample test cases. Now I have given the sample input 1 and our expected output is 3. So we are also getting 3. Now for the sample input 2, our expected output is 6. The boy would be able to buy all the ice creams. So we are also getting 6. So this is the logic behind today's daily challenge. Thank you for watching.